Hey, yep, I'm back from vacation. You can see I have my glam vacation nails on, which are way too much for average life, but I'm just gonna keep them for a minute. So I've got a few weeks to catch up on before I begin scrapbooking our vacation photos. But it was amazing, and thanks so much for all the positivity and love while I checked out for a bit. But I do have this layout to complete, and this is from the 4th of July week. And so I'm just gonna make this one a relatively quick one and try to move through this week and next week so I can get down to our vacation photos. I cannot wait to scrapbook those. So first up, you see I've really got my photos already kind of laid out. I also pre-selected a few of the cards I wanted to include. And most of this layout is guided by that Great Outdoors card to the right. The Great Outdoors is where I belong. And interestingly enough, every single one of the photos for this week are outdoor photos except for the food photo. How about that? So I thought keeping the outdoor theme going, and that particular card has kind of a blue tone to it. So blues and grays are kind of my guide for the layout this week. So let's see what's up. I'm working with a handful of 4th of July photos in the top left hand. And again, as I've done a couple times throughout the summer, I have contained two photographs on one 3x4 card twice with the 4th of July photos. I wanted to include several of them. And then I've got a photo of my favorite breakfast meal these days, which is kefir, which is kind of like a thin yogurt, and then some hemp seeds and some Granny Smith apples. And I think I also had some pecans in the bowl. But I mix it up a little bit, but I'm just loving kefir. I love it for my smoothies. I'm loving it just to eat. And so I thought I'd take a photo of it and journal. And then a couple of shots of the kids going to the pool. We caught up with some friends we haven't seen in a while and had a nice long day playing in the pool. And so I wanted to capture that as well. And then let's see. Oh, the family took an amazing hike on a portion of the Appalachian Trail. It was about a 45-minute drive out for us, and an amazing hike. We got to, well, not the top, but the top where we were going to stop and go back down the mountain. Everybody was trying to get a connection so we could see how far we gone, but the connection was not great. But anyway, so we had a really nice day hiking as a family. That was Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday. And then on the drive back, we rolled down the windows. It was like 85 with a light breeze, and we were jamming to 80s and 90s music. It was the perfect family outing. I mean, that to me is perfection on a stick with rainbows. I know that didn't make any sense. And then hubby and I made sure to get out and walk in the evening several times this week. And let's see, you see me putting a little acrylic piece right on that photo of my son ahead of me walking up the Appalachian Trail, and it's blue, so I thought that that would pull in the blue, green, gray tones of this particular layout. I also took a little portion of a card that says "This I Love" and just trimmed off the white and just kept the "This I Love" portion. And during the week, we took a nice, really less of a hike and more of a walk after a huge rain downpour with some of our neighbors. Took a great little walk, and we were collecting not raspberries, blueberries along the trail and eating them and splashing in puddles, and it was just a great afternoon walk. And so I wanted to capture that with a couple of photos as well. I'm telling you, it was like this crazy outdoorsy week. So again, trying to, oh, at this point, I've got all the cards adhered, all the photos adhered to the cards. So I'm in the embellishment phase. And so I'm looking through the chipboard elements that I have from the Ali Edwards and the Studio Calico kits and trying to see if any of them will fit well. I'm finding a few pieces and mainly also trying to keep with the color palette of the grays, blues, and there's some greeny blue going on there, but mainly it's the grays and the blues. So I find one little piece. It does have a pop of red there, and it says what? Oh My Stars, which I thought was perfect for the 4th of July photos. And I'm going to do a little bit of quick stamping, and I'm going to add one little stamped piece that says, Away We Go. And that's just a pic of my son who totally didn't want to hang out with mom and dad and family friends, and he wanted to walk on his own and look for cute girls. Ah! I'm just in an alternate universe with a teenage son. This is the summer where my mind has been blown. But anyway, so off he went. So that's why the Away We Go, I thought, was an appropriate stamped phrase. All right, so I also have these little puffy stickers. They're plus signs or X's. I decided to use them as X's. And I will say I wanted to incorporate them because of the blue, and I thought it was appropriate. But the X really didn't seem to go with the layout. So you'll see in a bit that I'm going to change my mind. But in the meantime, I am searching for additional elements to incorporate into the spread. I find some more puffy phrases. I'm also going to use a few of these stickers as well. That particular sticker says love captures life. Just a kind of generic phrase that will work. I'm also going to go ahead and get my date card together. And I'm going to use the big mega date. And I need to check the end of the week. It's the 9th. And then I'm going to use the blue embossing powder for this particular card. And I didn't have my little embossing dish. It was on the other side of the room and I didn't feel like getting up. So I'm just doing this makeshift thing. That's fine. It works. Once I get the embossing powder down, I'm just going to do a little sweep with the brush that I keep in that container. And then I run over to use my embossing heat gun, dry it, and we're good to go. So I'm not exactly certain about how I want to include the number of the week. It's week 27, but the black just seems a little bit too harsh and bold for this particular layout. So again, I'm going to place it there, but I'm going to leave my mind open for some alternatives as I continue to embellish this layout. So I've had this spoon, knife, and fork for a minute. It came in the Ali Edwards Eat week. And say that fast 20 times. And so I like the spoon, but then once I add the wood, I realize I need to incorporate wood throughout the rest of the layout so it has some cohesion. So I take off the X's, which are fine, add love, which works, because, you know, we all need more love. And decide that rather than put the number of the week, since I have the big dates, I'm just going to go with the heart, and that's okay. Future generations will be able to figure out that this was week 27 and it'll be all good. So now I've got these 3 wooden elements and that feels good to me and balanced. So I am going to add one little puffy sticker right there in the middle of that explosion of fireworks. And then I walk away and add my journaling, and that's it. A really quick one. And now I'm off to scrapbook week 20. What is it? Week 28. So I'll see you real soon. And until then, hugs, peeps. Bye.